Are you gonna now bump into my car? You're getting closer. We're back in the car. I must apologise again for another car video, but you know what? At this point, I don't really have a filming room and I have a car. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. 20k, and all I've been doing at the moment is sitting in my car and eating and showing you building a house. So thank you so much. I'm really loving YouTube at the moment. I'm loving being back on YouTube, and I'm here today to do a mukbang with you. Now we have gone slightly healthier on the option rather than a McDonald's. I did get scorned last time. I feel like there's a couple watching me, but it's totally fine. I went to Pret and I've gone for an iced matcha latte. Now, I had one of these in Oleanstein and it was actually really nice. Why did I just actually get grass in my mouth? Okay, so that is not so nice from Pret. Did I pay £4 for it? Yeah. So what have we got in the mukbang today? Obviously I've got popcorn. Would it be a mukbang of mine without eating popcorn? I don't actually know. I also got one of these, which reminds me of going on holiday, because every time I'm catching a plane, early in the morning, I get one of these little granola pots to like tide me over. But I also got this. I'm actually starving, which is not news for you, to you, when I'm doing a mukbang. I've had this before on my channel, but when I've done a mukbang, and it is the Pret. Basically, it's just like one of their like super food bowl things. It's so nice. It looks almost feels like spring-like, but it's definitely not spring. Absolutely not. It's still winter. You know me. When I'm shooting a mukbang, I'm always absolutely ravenous. Was this the best choice for the car? I'm actually not entirely sure. A bit of hummus, a bit of falafel. You know me. Let's go. If I have food all in my teeth by the end of this, you have to mind your business. I'm gonna have to keep adjusting the angle so that the gear stick does not get into the shot. And let's get into the questions. What is my YouTube goal for 2024? My goal. In terms of like numbers, I don't have one. Now we've hit 20k, I'm like, let's go for the 50k. Let's do it, do you know what I mean? In terms of content, I want to do more music content. I want to do more like aesthetic, homey stuff, which I think will be really nice. But also just more of this kind of stuff. I really enjoy just like chatting with you guys and that kind of thing. I definitely want to do like trying viral makeup stuff, because I know a lot of people do that on TikTok, but I also really don't want to neglect the YouTube side of it, because I know that when one platform blows up and is really popular, sometimes like the other ones get neglected, and I really don't want to do that. Especially when Halloween comes back again, I want to do more looks, and I will have the time and the space to be able to do that this year, so I'm really excited for that. How's the start of the year been? It's been up and down, I will not lie. Already got couscous in my teeth. Or is that quinoa? I don't know what it is. If you've seen the other videos of mine, the house videos, it's been a lot. It's been a lot going on. Still not quite moved in. Well, we're not moved in, but it is really moving quickly. The kitchen's being fitted this week. Then it's just like the plumbing and stuff, and then it's all ready. Like the electrics, the fuse box is in. There's loads. It's moving forward very quickly. So I don't think it'll be long, but I'm still filming videos in my car. But yeah, it's been okay. I feel like I'm using this time to rest quite a bit as well. Mentally, I think mentally rest, because there's been so much going on. I think like it's a quiet time for music, like not as many pubs are booking up gigs, so I'm just really trying to like use the time to have a bit of a soft launch into the year. I think there's so much pressure in January to like get going and reinvent yourself, and I'm all for that, don't get me wrong. I think if you've got the energy and you can do it, then do it. But also there's no harm in just having a soft launch. Like January's January, do you know what I mean? Like, and January always will January. So be kind to yourself, have a bit of fun. I did dry Jan last year and it was absolutely horrible. What's your living situation at the moment? Kind of touched on that. Still in between houses. I just spat. Still floating around, but stay tuned. I hope you like the house videos. I've had quite a lot of good feedback from them. So how are you? Thank you. I love it when people ask that question. I think it's really sweet that you care. I'm doing well. I'm getting used to being in this interesting flow, but you know, it's life. life's always going to have different elements to it. This chapter is more of a transitional chapter, and that's okay. And I'm just trying to really embrace like spending more time with my parents because I'm in their spare room, and just really enjoying like waking up to see them every day, and you know, things that people could take for granted, and I could sit there and be like, oh, but I'm not settled and I'm struggling, which is true. But at the same time, now I'm really trying to focus on like I say, like spending more time with my parents and having a slightly slower pace because I physically can't do all of the work that I want to do. But I'm trying to use that in a positive way to try and be like, just rest. You know, it's like calm before the storm type thing. I had a similar start to the year a couple of years ago, but I went so full on. And then I was burnt out by December and literally could not work throughout the whole of December. I genuinely just didn't do anything because I've never experienced burnout before and I don't want to experience it again. So that's why I'm soft launching. What does your daily routine look like? If I'm at mum and dad's, which is generally where I will spend like my working time, if that makes sense. I'll get up, I do my skincare routine, like I always get up and do my skincare, then I will have breakfast, and then if it's an admin day, like I usually will check my emails, do some admin bits and bobs, try and book gigs, constantly trying to book gigs, trying to get that work, edit content, plan content, research content, quite a few days of the week that I will go to gym classes in the evening. My job is quite tiring, late nights, intense bursts of work, like gigging, but if I'm in the week doing content or like editing YouTube videos or that kind of thing, it's not very like physically tiring. So I feel like I need to go to the gym to tire myself out, otherwise I just don't sleep. That's what I've really noticed, is that I just don't sleep very well. I sleep well, but I can't get off to sleep unless like I have tired myself out. So I will normally go to a gym class. I'm trying to go 4 times a week at the moment, just because I know I love it so much. So I'm really trying to like push myself to go, and I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving it. I feel stronger and fitter and mentally happier. I love the gym so much. It's a tricky subject when you talk about like gym, exercise and food. Like I had a couple questions about like food and exercise, which I will answer, but it is a difficult subject because one size doesn't fit all when you talk about that kind of thing, and what works for me might not work for you. My reasons for going to the gym might not be the same reasons as your reasons going for the gym. But if I'm gigging, I will take a slower pace in the day, and then I will make sure that I don't tire myself out before I gig. Like I always forget, I'm like, I'll just go and sing, and then the next day I'm exhausted and I'm like, oh, I did too much. I did too much in the day. So I can't underestimate like how physically tiring it is. Like you're singing for an hour and a half. Like I was gonna say it's not easy. I find it easy-ish because I've been doing it so much, but it's not easy work. Do you know what I mean? Do I like this? No. Will I get it again? No. Do I regret getting it? Slightly. So 2 questions I'm going to merge into one, if I can. So one is, you look amazing, what's your gym routine? Thank you so much. I'm shy. And the other one is, do you have any advice on ways to eat healthy without giving up? I assume you mean without giving up the healthy lifestyle, rather than without giving up certain food types. As I said before, like one size doesn't fit all. Trigger warning, I will talk about food, I will talk about exercise. If anyone struggles in that department, then feel free to skip forward. I think that with eating, it's got to be a balance. You can't just say, I'm going to cut out bread, or I'm going to cut out sugar, I'm going to cut out, because in my opinion, you're setting yourself up to fail. Personally, like with Dry January last year, I don't even know why I did it. I don't know why. No idea. But as soon as I said to myself, I can't have a drink, I wanted a drink. I wouldn't say I drink a lot. If I have a bath, I might like have a glass of wine or something, or I don't drink in the weekend because I'm gigging, so, but I do like a glass of wine or like a rum and coke or something, or like if I go out for drinks, like I will obviously drink. But as soon as I said I couldn't have it, I wanted it. I would say don't restrict yourself. I would just say, oh, I just spat everywhere. I would say have everything in moderation. That is so much more important, because then you're more likely to continue with the lifestyle. It shouldn't be a diet, it should be a lifestyle, in my opinion. So like, if you want to have ice cream, have the ice cream. If you're trying to lose weight, maybe just don't have 5 scoops of ice cream. Maybe just have 3 scoops of ice cream, but still have the ice cream. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's my opinion. Life is too short. And I think if you want the ice cream, you want the McDonald's, you want the burger. Like, as long as you're not doing it to a point where it's affecting your insides, and as long as you feel good within yourself and you feel your body's getting the right nutrients elsewhere, like, I think you only live once, do you know what I mean? That's kind of my opinion on it. I don't know if that helps, but I think it's important to always address things in a healthy mindset rather than a negative mindset. The gym routine, body pump classes genuinely are the best thing that's happened to me at the gym. I love them. There's someone who's definitely just clocked me talking to my camera, but he's on his phone. So you're talking to someone, so am I, talking to my friends. So I'm really not like a salad sauce kind of gal. I don't really put salad dressing on my salads. Just fun fact about me. Genuinely, body pump classes, I had them at my old gym, they have them at my new gym. They've got them at gyms all over. Sometimes they can't call it body pumps, it's Les Mills. But they can call it something else, I can't remember what it is. It's just a weights class essentially, and it hits every single body part. So it does like the big muscle groups, and it does the smaller muscle groups, and it's basically an all over body workout. I do that twice a week, at least. Like when we moved house, I have never been that strong in my entire life. I was going to body pump classes twice a week, and I was moving furniture and like lifting stuff that I never thought that I'd be able to. I have never been this strong in my entire life, and I'm so happy about it, and I only want to get stronger. Personally, like, I just want to be strong. I feel like it's good for me to be strong. I like being strong. I don't want to be a bodybuilder. I just like feeling strong. And for me, personally, I've always been very skinny. Like I was always like lanky and thin, and I found it really difficult to like gain muscle and gain weight when I was younger. So for me to like build muscle in a healthy way and feel strong is really nice for me, and I really like that. And then I started spinning classes again. I did spin in my old gym, but I don't know, I just kind of fell out of love with it. I'm trying to then go to the gym as well. Vary it up. So I feel like if you keep doing the same things, your body gets used to it and you get bored. Either 3 body pumps and a spinning class, or 2 body pumps, a spinning class and a gym session. And in the gym session, I will do cardio. So, and I might do a little bit of weight training in there as well, just to get a little bit of extra strength in, but I don't want to like over tire myself. I don't want to tire myself out too much. That's what I found when we were moving house. I had to stop going to the gym because I was so exhausted. I was going to these gym classes 2-3 times a week, and then I was like moving house and moving furniture and moving boxes, and I was so exhausted physically, and mentally. I was like, I've got to stop. So yeah, I don't want to get to that point again, but I want to do it in a way that, yeah, makes me feel good. I just feel like getting out of the house is really good, especially when you work from home. I might leave that there for a minute, move on to something else, because that's kind of boring me. I get a bit bored eating salad. I love popcorn. Oh, more questions. What am I doing? What's my favourite type of food at the moment? Oh, that's a very good question. I don't know. Oh, I actually don't know. What have I been loving? Do you know what? I just found my panini maker. I left it at Billy's when we were in the process of moving. I just found it. I can't wait to get back on the panini hype. I love making a tuna melt panini. I love it. Oh, what's my favourite food at the moment? Normally there's like something like we're really into as a family, and we just like keep eating it. Like a snack, like it was Twiglets at one point. For me it was pop chips. I really got into pop chips. I haven't had them in ages. Sometimes it's popcorn. Sometimes it's mac and cheese. It's always going to be mac and cheese. That's just a staple for me. It's always going to be like one of my favourite foods. I don't know. That's a really good question. I'll think about it. Dorminators are the best. Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Do you have any advice on being happier and less anxious? I would say, because I have been going through this quite a lot with moving. Will I ever shut up about moving? No, I won't. Actually won't. Also, don't look at this nail, my pinky on this hand. I tried this new stuff called is it Glamour Drip? It's gel nails, but it's not gel. It's dipping, like you dip the powder in. They're really hard. Like, I should start doing ASMR. I touched that one before it was dry, and now it's gone funny, but I really like them. I'm still getting used to it, but it means you don't need to use like the lamp. So I'm thinking in time it'll be quicker. Anyway, sorry. Advice on being happier. Well, that kind of is an element of answering the question, because I realised I wasn't really doing things for me. and things that make me happy. I was kind of just living day to day, literally just like floating around. As I said, I have been for a while. And I was like, well, do you know what? Things that bring me joy are like playing on my Nintendo Switch. I love playing Dreamlight Valley. I love having baths. Is everyone alright? Doing like skincare, doing my nails, like just taking time for me, watching YouTube. And I wasn't doing any of that. I was like, no wonder I'm not happy. What is that noise? That, mate, your car does not sound good. That was like my old jazz. She was terminal. Do stuff for you. What makes you happy? Put the time into that. Put the effort and the energy into you. Whether that's going on a walk with your friend, whether that's just taking yourself out to town, right? Even today, I've gone into town, walked some bits. I feel so much better for it. Not that I felt down. I wasn't really up for it, couldn't really be bothered. I feel so good for it. The sun is shining. It looks like it's spring. In the viewfinder, it's definitely not. It gives me hope for warmth. That kind of thing really just brings you back to you. Oh my God, he just hit that car. I saw you open your door and it touched that other car. I saw you. For me, exercise just makes me feel so happy. For me, that's one of my things that helps my mental health. So that's why I make sure that I take the time to do it. Like the other day, I was in a bit of a funk. I was feeling sad and I went to the gym, but I did that workout for my brain rather than for my body. Are you going to now bump into my car? You're getting closer. Okay. Good job. You're past this time, but next time, I'll get you. I won't. Maybe even write a list of things that mean something to you. Why did no one tell me that I had food in my teeth? Guys, that was not cool. I would say look back to your childhood. One year, me and Billy went to Hobbycraft and we just got some paint stuff. It was Valentine's and we thought that would be a really nice idea. Paint. No pressure, just paint. Got like a canvas book. I loved it so much. That's why I loved painting the lodge, because I just love painting. I think that's something from my childhood I love. Do you think I can still do this in a car? The answer is no. Pretend you didn't see that first one. Knitting. Knitting is something I absolutely love. That macrame project that was on my wall, I just saw 444. On my wall in my old house, I will finish that. So look back at your childhood. Look back at things you enjoyed when you were like 8, 9, 10. What did you do then? And what brought you joy? And do it now. As an adult, it's so fun. Is this lady going to try and get into her car? Yes, she is. Tap into your childhood, and it honestly, it's so healing. It really is. I do have here my favourite place to gig. Do you know what? Genuinely, it all depends. There's so many factors that are involved in like my favourite places to gig. For those of you who are watching who do not know me or you're new, I'm a singer and I sing in pubs and stuff for my living. Like that's what I do. Anywhere from Thursday to Sunday, anywhere from 2 to 4 in a weekend, I will gig, and yeah, I love it. I feel so blessed that I can do that as my job. Pinch myself that is my job. It's not my end goal. My end goal is to be pop star and like living off of my own music. But this is honestly, it's every musician's dream to like earn a living doing what they do. So right, so now I'm gonna feel like I'm going on a flight. So if I start getting severe anxiety, I'm gonna stop the video. Do you think me eating this is gonna make me feel like anxious or not? Oh my God, no, I'm joking. There's a lot of factors involved in my favourite places to gig. As silly as like the parking situation, because as a solo female, I want to feel safe. So if there's a car park on site, then good. Bar staff. I don't think I've ever had a bad experience with bar staff though, but some are just like really, really friendly and like chat and they're really nice. So they're good vibes. I'm going to get covered in the sun in a minute, which I'm not complaining about. Comes down to like the locals, the crowd, like some places you play and they're like really rowdy lads, like... Which is, you know, it's fine, like, it is what it is, it's a pub, but sometimes it gets a little bit difficult when you get heckled a lot of the time, like with drunk people. But just to stay professional, I won't name any names. I'm struggling with finding my style. I just spat again. Can I stop? Call me Spitty McGee in a minute. Struggling with finding my style. You always look incred. What do you think I should do? Thank you so much. I am at an age where I'm struggling with my style, I'm not going to lie to you. Now I've turned 30, I actually don't care. Really. I kind of forget my age all the time now. Before I came up to 30, I was like, oh my God, panicking, I'm turning 30, I'm turning 30, I'm so old. I've hit 30 and I feel so at peace. I'm just like, I don't think about my age. I don't think about how old I am. I'm just me. And that's so lovely. But style is really difficult because we can't really dress like Gen Z. Is it Gen Alpha? Like the teenagers now, are they alpha? And the problem is that the teenagers now are dressing like I did when I was like 8, which makes me feel really old to say. But like even with like Ugg boots coming back around, the cargo pants, the low rise, those belts. I'm going to put a picture in here. You know the belts. I wore those to school discos. So am I going to start wearing that now as a 30-year-old woman? I'm really not. And that's the problem, because that's fashion. But I've probably got outfits like that in the loft. So that's why I think like for millennials it's quite difficult, because I don't want to dress that old. But if I start dressing like what I am comfortable in, am I going to like age myself? Do you know what I mean? What I think is a good thing though, don't chase the trends too much. Try to go for timeless looks. What actually my best friend Lucy did. Went on Pinterest and got outfit inspo. You can find a lot of stuff on there and you can go, oh, I quite like that, I'd quite like that. You got to dress for your shape and your size as well. And size I mean in terms of like your height, because I'm 5'8.5". There's certain things I can wear and there's certain things that I can't wear. My best friend Lucy, who's 5'5", 5'6", 5'4", shorter than me. Like we are different heights. For example, like we were looking for jeans in Primark the other day, and she was like, they're too long for me. Whereas I was like, they would be the perfect length for me. But there's other places, like there's leggings, like gym leggings that I wear that are too cropped for me, but they're like perfect for her. So, you know, it's that kind of thing. Like me and her can't always wear the same thing because it's not going to suit me in the way that it might suit her, and vice versa. So I would say stick to what you like at the end of the day, but also try and have like some timeless pieces. Try and create like more of a capsule wardrobe, which is something that I'm really, really trying to work on, because moving house, it showed me how many clothes I have, and it showed me how many clothes I don't wear. Things like a good pair of jeans and a good white top, or a good like quality jumper, is not going to go out of fashion. Have a look on Pinterest, have a look at people within your same shape and height, and just see what works for you, because I'm actually still struggling, but I'm enjoying finding different things that work. And you don't have to have the same style all the time. Like I feel like my style changes, and like that's totally fine. You don't have to have the same style all the time. You can have your staple pieces and then adapt them with accessories, with different shoes. Be open and try not to chase the trends too much, because at the end of the day, they're all just trying to make money out of us, aren't they? But saying that, I do have a pair of those mini Uggs from TikTok shop. They were sent to me, but I love them. So there are elements of trends that I will get on board with, but I will not get on board with that belt. I did it once, I'm not doing it again. Do you have advice for someone who wants to do singing? Love your content. Thank you so much. Advice for someone who wants to get into singing, my advice always is just do it. Just do it. Film that video, go to that gig, go to that open mic, do the karaoke, get up on stage, just do it. As I said before with the other things, life is too short. The amount of people that I've had come up to me at gigs and be like, I used to do this, I never pursued it, I wish I did. It breaks my heart. It genuinely does. Don't regret. Don't live in regret. And I appreciate it's difficult and the situations aren't the same for everyone. And I appreciate that. And I'm fully aware of privilege. I'm fully aware of situations in life. But if you can, I just think do it. I just think go for it. You know, you can get a lot of stuff secondhand now, especially after lockdown. Like loads of people started hobbies and they aren't doing them anymore. So you can probably pick up some really cheap equipment, a cheap guitar or a cheap piano, like a keyboard or something, a microphone. Or if you go to an open mic, a lot of the time they have stuff there. Just do it. Or like find a friend who can play guitar for you and just go and jam and go and sing. Like I think it's like scientifically proven, like if you sing with people or if you sing, like it makes you happier. That's why I love my job so much. Like I'm just always so happy when I'm singing, and it just makes me feel so good. So I think just do it. And if you can afford vocal coaching, I would 100% do that before you start really getting into it, so that you don't get into bad habits. And also film yourself every single time that you are performing at the beginning, because it will get you out of bad habits. And give yourself a goal. So I started off, I did an open mic, I was sat down, I was staring at my guitar because I was so terrified, and we filmed it. And then I was 15, mum and dad were chatting with them and they were like, next time stand up with the guitar. And then it was like, don't look at your guitar so much. The next goal was try and introduce each song and talk a little bit about the song. It was just like little goals every single time. Just helps, because then you're just going to constantly improve. And even now I'm always thinking ways I can improve. Can I improve my gear? Can I improve my set list? Can I improve the way that I sing that? Am I hitting these notes every time? You always need to be improving constantly. On that note, I am going to round it up here. I will never get one of those again, but I appreciate what they're trying to do. I hope that was fun, I hope that was informative, and I hope soon that I can be out of the car, in a filming room, maybe even making the food with you beforehand in my kitchen, which is being installed this week, and then eat the food with you that I've prepared. So that might be another like fun element to the video as well. Thank you so much for sending all your questions in, and thank you so much for 20,000 subscribers. That is absolutely crazy. I'm pretty sure I wrote on a manifestation list 20k. I'm gonna have to find it because I'm pretty sure that I wrote that down. So the fact that I've achieved that already and it's January is mental. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. You know what to do, like, subscribe, all that jazz. And yeah, I will see you in my next one. Bye.